the ground shake.
What is up, guys? Another video for you guys. I promise you guys I get you some regular content, and I am going to do that. Hopefully. Oh, this is gonna be a topic vlog. Specifically, I have a specific topic that I wanted to talk about. Man, it must be the first nice day because people are out and about. In my last video, I talked about some things that were gonna be happening this season in terms of the channel. So one of the things that I hadn't talked about was I'm gonna still do the topic vlogs, hopefully keep them down to 1 or 2 topics within the video to keep them very specific. So in this topic I wanted to talk about is being a motor vlogger difficult. And that may sound a little different and confusing. So I'm gonna kind of try to explain that as best as I know how. Is it difficult being a motovlogger? Well, the answer that I'm going to have for that is a quote that has infamously been said around the world, and it is, if you do what you love for a career, so for example, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And that can't be any truer in terms of hobbies and your career. So motovlogging is clearly a hobby for most of us, except the very few guys who have tried to turn it into a full-time career. Such as those like Chase, Walterific, Motonosity, and the like. Doing what you love means you'll never work a day in your life. And how does that relate to the topic at hand? Well, is motovlogging difficult? Yes. The simple answer is yes, it is difficult. But not in the way that you may or may not think. It's expensive to start, but once you get all the necessities like a camera, motorcycle, gear, audio equipment, computer, and you're starting to vlog, the difficultness to it all, good lord, it's like red light after red light. Yes, it's difficult. The process of vlogging isn't very difficult if you're an experienced rider. It's in terms of just talking and riding, that's not difficult. But what is difficult? The time that it takes to edit videos it can be difficult. Especially if you're a perfectionist and you want to make sure everything is done accurately and is to the best of your ability. That is difficult. Being creative is even more difficult. Coming up with something that not everyone's doing, or doing it in a way that's different, coming up with topics. I know some guys, I won't name any specific names, but people that I've watched, they started out doing topic videos, being able to talk about certain topics, and then you can see they've gone stale. So then they just start talking, their videos have no focus. They just literally ramble about random shit constantly and then throw a video together. You know, that's not, in my personal opinion, the way to build a channel. You need a direction in your videos. People aren't going to just necessarily watch you just sit there and sing and just try to be funny when you're not. You know, just things like that are things that people aren't going to really tune into. So coming up with topics so people can follow your channel when they're searching for those topics, coming up with topics is difficult. I mean, it's not like you just get on your bike and go out for a ride. You just don't go out there and motovlog. It's not that simple. You know, it may seem that easy for some of these guys, but if you watch some of these guys who are actually taking it serious, the amount of effort that they come up with content for their channel on a regular basis, it's insane. It really is. And that's the difficultness of it all. With cameras coming out nowadays that literally are $100, some cheaper, some a little slightly more expensive, and then when you get to the higher end stuff, you know, you're gonna spend $300, $400, $500 depending on what you're purchasing. You know, and then you can even go further and buying drones and stuff like that, where you could spend thousands to help grow the channel. That's not an easy thing to keep consistently posting videos, being creative. and shining in a market that's suddenly being flooded to being cheaper and cheaper. A lot of the things before was the market was still relatively flooded, but with the cameras getting cheaper and cheaper, people, more and more people who couldn't do it before because A, they couldn't afford it or whatnot. Make sure I'm still recording. Yes, I am. People that couldn't afford it before now can. And the cameras, I think my buddy Brian, his camera, I think I bought for him for Christmas. I literally spent, what was my total? About 130 bucks, I think, total. And it shoots 4K. And it looks exactly like a GoPro. You know, similar accessories, you know, and it was like literally 130 bucks. And it's just like a guy that normally wouldn't be out there vlogging is now, oh, false neutral, awesome, is now out there with a camera. And not that I, you know, the top and the creative and the people who are dedicated are the ones that are usually going to shine through. So having a flooded market doesn't bother me, but it does make it difficult. It is not something that you're just going to pick up, go out and do and be successful at. And that doesn't mean being successful is the criteria of whether or not motovlogging is easy or motovlogging is difficult. But you can get discouraged very easily when you're posting videos constantly and people aren't viewing them. And to say the alternative is true, you're just lying to yourself. You're being blind to the fact that it is discouraging. If you love it and you enjoy it like I do, I enjoy motovlogging. I love riding the motorbike around. Specifically, I love going to the corners and the twisties. It doesn't become discouraging. It doesn't become tedious. It doesn't become not fun. And it just appears that this genre of vlogging, in terms of being on a motorbike and riding around, it seems such like a followers parade where when one person does something that's successful, other people just jump on that same bandwagon. And another quote that I'm going to give to you that reminds me of that topic is if you follow, you'll only be as successful as the person in front of you. You'll never be more successful. Like, what does that mean? It means if you're following the trends and only doing what other people are doing, you can never exceed those people. When you're your own person, you're creative, you do your own thing, you have your own style, you shoot your own videos, nothing can hold you back but your own self. And that's important to remember in terms of motovlogging, is that if you want to be a follower, then you can't expect to shoot for the moon.
What do you want? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down. Hey, that's a pretty good idea. I'll give you the moon, Mary.
I'll take it.
You can only expect to get to where other people already are. And they've already got a head start on you. You're already fighting an uphill battle as far as being creative and getting people to follow your channel. Unless you're out there being innovative and you're out there being different and creative and funny and entertaining, which is the most important thing for a YouTube channel. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for always watching and always supporting the channel. That means so much to me. If you haven't already, please hit the follow, subscribe button, like the channel, like the video. I don't know how you could say all that. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram for some videos. Season 3 in full force. Hopefully you guys will stick around for the long haul, and I will I will see you guys on the next video. ThrottleLock is out of here, guys. Be safe, keep that e-dragging, guys, and we'll see you on the next video. Later.